Hi, boys and girls. It's me, Mr. Sonito, and I have another book for you for today. This is a story that you might have heard before. This is called The Little Red Hen. Can you see that? And in this book, The Little Red Hen, there's a lot of things that happen in the book, but one of the things that she does is she bakes some bread. And I was thinking, wait a minute, I know how to bake bread. So, do you want to see the bread that I baked? I bet you do. Okay, it's in plastic because I didn't want to take it out and ruin it. But look, here's the bread that I made. Now, you're probably saying to yourself, well, that's not a lot of bread, Mr. Sonito. Yeah, I know. Someone's been eating all my bread. And I'm not sure who's been eating all the bread, but I got to get to the bottom of this. But anyway, while I work on that, how about we take a look at this book first, okay? Let me switch over to the camera and we can get started. So the book I've got for you today, as I said, is called The Little Red Hen. This book is a kind of folk tale called a fable. The author and the illustrator is Lucinda McQueen, and she retold the old story. Retold means that the author is telling an old story, but in a new way. This story has been retold over many years. I bet some of you at home have probably even heard this story. Now, in this version of the fable, the little red hen, the cat, the goose, and the dog, they all live together in a cottage. That's a small type of house. But look at the cover. Who is doing all the work? Well, let's see what happens when the cat, the goose, and the dog do not help the little red hen. There she is doing some more work. Once upon a time, there was a little red hen who shared her tiny cottage with a goose, a cat, and a dog. The goose was a gossip. She chatted with the neighbors all day long, so she liked to talk and talk and talk and talk. Talk, 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 talk. That's what that means. There's the goose. The cat was very vain. That means she paid attention to the way she looked. She brushed her fur, straightened her whiskers, and polished her claws all day long. The dog was always sleepy. He napped on the front porch swing all day long. The little red hen ended up doing all of the work around the house. She cooked, she cleaned, she washed the clothes, and took out the trash. She mowed the lawn and raked the leaves. She even did all of the shopping. Now, boys and girls, what are you thinking about the little red hen having to do all of the work? Is it fair that the other animals do not help her? Well, one morning, on her way to the market, the little red hen found a few grains of wheat. She put them in the pocket of her apron. That's what she's wearing on her waist. That's an apron. When she got home, she asked her friends, "Who will plant these grains of wheat?" They're seeds. "Not I," said the goose. "Not I," said the cat. "Not I," said the dog. "Then I will plant them myself," said the little red hen. And she did. So there she is, planting the seeds. When the grains of wheat began to sprout, the little red hen cried, "Look, the wheat I planted is coming up. Who will help me take care of it this summer?" "Not I," said the goose. "Not I," said the cat. "Not I," said the dog. "Then I will take care of it myself," said the little red hen. And she did. All summer long, she cared for the growing wheat. She made sure that it got enough water, and she hoed the weeds out carefully between each row. So here she is, taking care of the wheat. The little red hen, boys and girls, is a hard worker. How would you feel if you were the hen and nobody would help you? I don't think I'd be very happy about that. Let's see what happens. By the end of summer, the wheat had grown tall, and when it turned from green to gold, she asked her friends, "Who will help me cut and thresh this wheat?" That means, who will help me pick it? "Not I," said the goose. "Not I," said the cat. "Not I," said the dog. They are not very helpful friends. "Then I will cut and thresh it myself." And she did. When all of the wheat had been cut and threshed, the little red hen scooped the wheat into a wheelbarrow and said, "This wheat must be ground into flour." So they take the wheat, boys and girls, and they kind of crush it in a machine, in a mill, and it turns into flour. And so the little red hen said, "This wheat must be ground into flour. Who will help me take it to the mill?" And the mill is the place where you do that. "Here we go." "Not I," said the goose. "Not I," said the cat. "Not I," said the dog. "Then I will take it myself," said the little red hen. And she did. The miller ground the wheat into flour and put it into a bag for the little red hen. Then, all by herself, she pushed the bag home in the wheelbarrow. Are you wondering, boys and girls, what the little red hen is going to do with the flour? One cool fall morning, not many days later, the little red hen got up early and said, "Today would be a perfect day to bake some bread. Who will help me bake a loaf of bread with the flour I brought home from the mill?" You know what's coming. "Not I," said the goose. "Not I," said the cat. "Not I," said the dog. "Then I will bake the bread myself," said the little red hen. And she did. She mixed the flour with milk and eggs and butter and salt. She kneaded the dough, so she mixed it up and shaped it into a nice plump loaf. That's a loaf. Then she put the loaf in the oven and watched it as it baked. The smell of baking bread soon filled the air. It smelled so delicious that the goose stopped chatting, the cat stopped brushing. Now, look at this, boys and girls. Look at the pictures. And the dog stopped napping. Now, do you see how the illustrator, Lucinda McQueen, uses these curvy kind of white lines? I don't know if you can kind of see them on the camera. Okay? But those white lines, they're there to show the smell of the baking bread in the air. Can you ever really see a smell? No, but that's what that means. So the goose and the cat and the dog smelled that bread. Ooh. One by one, they came into the kitchen. When the little red hen took the freshly baked loaf of bread out of the oven, she said, "Who will help me eat this bread?" "Oh, I will," said the goose. "And I will," said the cat. "And I will," said the dog. Boys and girls, do you think that the little red hen is going to share her bread? What do you think? Why? I don't know. "You will," said the little red hen. "Who planted the wheat? And who took care of it? Who cut the wheat and threshed it and took it to the mill?" "I did." "Who brought the flour home and baked this loaf of bread?" "I did. I did it all by myself. Now I'm going to eat it all by myself." And that is exactly what she did. Boys and girls, what lesson do you think the dog, the goose, and the cat have learned? Do you think they will help the little red hen next time? What do you think? Well, I'm going to get ready to do a little bit of writing, and why don't you do the same? You can go get your writer's notebook, a pencil, and some crayons, and pause the video and come back, and we'll do a little writing. Okay, boys and girls, are you ready? Do you have your materials? Let's go to a fresh, clean sheet of paper in your writer's notebook and take your pencil. And at the top, we're going to do something just a little different today. We're going to write the title and the author. So you're going to write The Little Red Hen by Lucinda McQueen. And I'll tell you tomorrow why we need to do that. And then next to that, of course, put your name so I know it's you. Now, after you have that, we're going to write 4 sentences today about the story. I'm going to help you with these sentences, okay? The first sentence, not too hard. Let me show you what I got here. The first sentence reads, oh, look, I put a number 1 there. And it says, the characters are, but I'm not going to tell you who the characters are. So what I'd like you to do is copy this sentence that I've started for you and then finish it. Would you say that the characters in the book are Pokemon? No. Sonic? No. But I'm not going to tell you who the characters are. If you want to rewatch the video, you can go back and watch the video, but I want you to tell me who the characters are. Spell them the best that you can. Pause the video, finish writing your sentence, and come on back. Okay, here's your second sentence that you're going to write. This one's super easy. Here we go. It reads, now look, I put a number 2, so I know this is my second sentence, and it says, the hen will make blank. What was it that the little red hen made in the story? If you need to go back to the story, you can look at it, but I bet if you think really hard, you probably remember. I'm not even going to help you how to spell it. You do your best. And don't forget, period at the end of the sentence. Pause the video, finish your sentence, and then come back for sentence 3. Here's sentence number 3. I put a number 3 right here, and it says, the hen's problem is blank. Now, what was the hen's problem? Was the hen's problem that she needed to go to school? No. What was the hen's problem? So think about it. And then you finish writing the sentence. Copy what I wrote, and then you finish the sentence, and don't forget your period at the end. That one's a little bit harder. Pause the video, and then come back for the last sentence. All right, boys and girls, here we go. This is the last sentence, sentence number 4. Let me read it to you. It says, 4, the animals learn blank. Now, this is a tricky one. Think about the end of the story. What did the animals learn from the little red hen? Think about that very last page. You do your best with the spelling. It does not have to be perfect spelling. You can go ahead, draw a picture at the bottom of the page, and then send it to me in ClassDojo. I hope you have a great day, and I can't wait to read your writing. Bye, boys and girls.